Have a nice day. Today is Saturday, 22nd of June 2024. This day is celebrated as World Rainforest Day. Donate or volunteer your time to helping or raising awareness about how we can save the rainforests and keep these crucial ecosystems alive. From the history point of view, on 22nd of June 1897, Pune, India, on this day, the two brothers Damodar Chepkar and Balakrishna Chepkar orchestrated the assassination of the then district magistrate Walter Charles Rand. This incident had far-reaching consequences and started being known as the Chapekar brother incident. So, starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper The Hindu states that Sheikh Hasina's visit underlines close ties between India and Bangladesh. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar calls on Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in New Delhi on June 21, 2024. Prime Minister Modi and Sheikh Hasina will hold wide-ranging talks today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his visiting Bangladeshi counterpart Sheikh Hasina will hold wide-ranging talks on the June 22nd to give a new momentum to the bilateral ties. Hours after the Hasina began a two-day state visit to India, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar met her and discussed various bilateral issues. The Hindu newspaper also states that 22 killed in shelling near Gaza office, Red Cross reported. The smoke blows during Israeli bombardment on the village of the Kiram in South Lebanon near the border with the Israel on June 19, 2024. Amid the ongoing cross-border tensions as fighting continues between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip. An Israeli Defense Force spokesperson did not acknowledge any role in the incident but said it was under review. The International Committee of Red Cross said 22 people were killed in a shell attack on June 21 that damaged its Gaza office, which is surrounded by hundreds of displaced persons living in the tents. The ICRC did not say who fired the heavy caliber projectiles, but in a statement on a social media platform, X said the shells damaged the structure of the ICRC office. The health ministry in the Hamas-run territory said there were 25 dead and 50 injured in the shelling, which it blamed on Israel. The ministry said Israeli shelling had targeted the tents of the displaced in the Al-Mawasi area, which is around the ICRC base. Iranians split on the presidential vote of as hardships mount ahead of the election. A woman walks past the wall bearing electoral campaigns posters ahead of the upcoming elections in Tehran on February 24, 2024. Voters are due to cast their ballots on March 1st to pick the new members of Iran's parliament as well as the Assembly of Experts. With just a week remaining before a presidential election, Iranians are divided over whether voting will be addressed pressing economic issues and mandatory hijab laws. Iranians had to the polls on the June 28 to choose from 6 candidates, 5 conservatives and a relative reformist, to succeed Ebrahim Raisi, who died in a helicopter crash last month. Morning, the Justice Center brings into force stringent law to curb the irregularities in exam. Election Commission of India begins work on assembly polls in the 4 states and more. The Election Commission has kicked off preparation for holding the assembly elections in Haryana, Maharashtra, Jharkhand and Jammu and Kashmir. Act that punishes organized cheating in the government exams comes into effect. The Public Examination Prevention of Unfair Means Bill 2024 that has provision for up to 5 years imprisonment and a fine of up to 1 crore rupees for malpractices and organized cheating in the government recruitment exams was notified by the Union government to come into the effect from June 21. Now, going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that agencies unearthed a series irregularities in Chinese companies' operations in India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi with the Xi Jinping. New Delhi national security planners have found several irregularities in the operations of Chinese companies and the import of Chinese products into India, ranging from improper documentation for visas, evading local taxes, and bypassing scrutiny by the Ministry of Home Affairs, according to the people aware of the matter. Indian intelligence and financial investigating agency have also found that there were large-scale misuse of the e-visa scheme prior to 2020, with some Chinese nationals not only were staying in India without the mandatory visa renewals, but also traveling to the border states and UTs such as Arunachal Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir. The people added. Times also states that search for justice continues for thousands displaced in Manipur. Nek Gilal Sontak, who fled through the jungles to escape the violence at a camp in Chorchandpur. Impal, Bishnupur, Chorchandpur, driving along the Pok Market roads flanked by vast open fields in the Bishnupur. You eventually arrive at a cluster of old government buildings. These structures once vibrant with the energy of the school and college students now serve some purpose, housing thousands of internally displaced people affected by the ethnic clashes in Manipur over the past year. Signs above the doorways display class names and sections, a poignant reminder of what these spaces used to represent a future hope and aspiration. Instagram also states that NEET UG 2024 draw live updates necessary test across 7 centers tomorrow for 1,563 candidates are meant to be present. For weeks, protests have swept across India as thousands of the students hit the streets against the year's process aimed at allegations of NEET UG question paper leaks. NEET UG 2024 raw live updates amidst the controversy surrounding the malpractices in the NEET UG and the cancellation of the UGC NET exam. The center announced on the Friday the enforcement of the Public Examination Prevention of Unfair Means Act 2024. This law aims to prevent unfair practices in the public examination and common entrance tests conducted nationwide and takes effect on the Friday. Times also stated that TMC and Congress set to join hands to take on BJP in the parliament. The upcoming parliament session starts from June 24. New Delhi, after a heated general elections season that saw the Congress and the Trinamool Congress at the loggerheads in the West Bengal and sharp comments from either side, the two key India blocs allies have reached out to each other to jointly formulate strategies on the issues and bolster the opposition's united offensive against the government. In the upcoming session of the parliament, people are aware of the developments said on Friday. Going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, food inflation behind is grudgingly slowly a pace of disinflation. Reserve Bank of India Governor Das says of the 6-member rate setting panel, 4 voted to keep the policy repo rate unchanged at 6.5% on policy stance as withdrawal of accommodation as higher food inflation is affecting disinflation process. Reserve Bank of India Governor Shaktikanta Das says remembers GST to farmers revive agricultural research. The suggestions were made during a pre-budget consultation meeting chaired by the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Friday with the senior advisors and Finance Ministry officials. To ease the pressure on farmers, farmer bodies are learned to have sought a mechanism to reimburse the goods and the service tax that farmers pay on input materials such as fertilizers and pesticides. Manufacturing PMI rises to 60.9 in June. Job creation fastest in 18 years survey according to the HSBC survey. The Financial Manufacturing Services and Composite Purchasing Managers Index PMI figure rose by 0.4 percentage point to 60.9 in June compared to the downward revised figure of 60.5 in May month. Aided by the gains in manufacturing and service sectors, businesses activity in the country got a further strengthening in June month with the pace of job creation fastest in over 18 years according to a survey. Corporate margins improved in June. Both the manufacturing and the service sectors saw margin improvement as input costs moderated. However, manufacturing firms were able to pass on a part of their input costs but to the customers, resulting in higher gains in corporate margins, it said. Now going towards the world news, including U.S. Teamsters president to speak at a Republican convention in Milwaukee. Attacker of Nancy Pelosi's husband also found guilty of kidnapping and could face more prison time. Japanese Emperor Naruhito finally began a delayed United Kingdom state visit. FEMA is ready for an extreme hurricane and wildfire season, but money is a concern, Mayor Cass says. United States FDA approves Roche's drug for a chronic blood disorder. United States proposes rules to stop Americans from investing in Chinese technology with the military uses. Now going towards the science and tech, we have jewelry and souvenir made from the plastic discarded in the Himalayas. The Himalayan model of the Mower is made from 38 plastic bottle caps. Plastic bottle caps left by climbers in the Himalayas are repurposed by Moweri into the mini Himalayas, models, rocks of Himalayas, jewelry, and more. Have you ever wondered? What happens to discarded plastic bottle caps? At best, they transform into wheels in toy projects. Also, we think in Nepal, they are recycled into souvenirs, jewelry, and every utility item by Nepal-based Mower. This design interior intervention enterprise, Eva Villarton Grady, gives a new meaning to waste left behind in the Himalayas. Launched in 2013, Mower, which stands for Mountain Waste Repurpose, employ innovative ways to reduce our footprint by upcycling and creatively transforming waste into the useful products. The initiative was kick-started to promote paper waste management in offices, even as it generated employment for low-income women from Lalitpur, Kathmandu. Over the years, they diversified, experimenting extensively with the waste aluminium, wrappers, and glass bottles. New treatment for osteoarthritis brings hope to patients. Genicular artery embolization (GAE), a minimally invasive intervention, is being offered to people with the osteoarthritis for pain relief at a webinar on the Regain Your Pain-Free Knee Without Surgery, jointly organized by the MIOT Hospital and the Hindu on Friday. Experts said that the procedure provided pain relief for at least 2 to 3 years. Karthikeyan Damodharan, director of vascular and interventional radiology at the hospital, said that a fine catheter guided by a specialized X-ray machine is inserted to inject inert and medical-grade plastic particles that block blood flow to inflammation, causing new and abnormal blood vessels and nerve fibers in the knee. Patient feeling credited Bharat Biotech as inventor of Covaxin, omit ICMR. Indian Council of Medical Research said that while it had not founded the Bharat Biotech for the Covaxin development, one of its institutes, the ICMR National Institute of Virology, Pune, had spent funds for Covaxin development. In the Rajya Sabha, Health Ministry has claimed that the intellectual property over the Covaxin is jointly owned by the ICMR and Bharat Biotech. India's first indigenously developed coronavirus vaccine, Covaxin, was a joint collaboration between the Indian Council of Medical Research and the Hyderabad-based Bharat Biotech International Limited (BBIL), with the intellectual property rights jointly shared between the two organizations. That is what the public record states. However, findings by the BBIL at patent offices in India, the United States, and Europe suggest that only the scientists and personnel are credited as inventors of the vaccine, with no mention of ICMR scientists. The Hindu has waiver documents detailing these patent applications. If BBIL are personally credited in applications as Deepak Kumar and Krishna Murthy Ila, chairman and founder of BBIL, are indeed the only inventors. It contradicts a statement by the Union Health Ministry, the nodal ministry of the ICMR in the Rajya Sabha, which claimed that the IP rights are jointly owned. 2,000 TB survivors helped out over 4 lakh patients across the India. Dignitaries releasing the National Impact Report on the Unite of Act project in New Delhi on June 21, 2024. TB champions work as a community role models to raise the awareness about the disease and provide care and support to the affected. Over 4 lakh people with the tuberculosis across India receive essential peer support and personal-centered care from 2,000 TB survivors trained as champions, said the resource group of education and advocacy for the community health. REACH, a non-profit organization working on TB at the national dissemination, a meeting of the Unite to Act project in New Delhi on June 21. At the meeting, former Niti Aayog member and the public health expert Vinod Kumar Paul emphasized the vital role of community engagement in enlightening TB in the India and appreciated REACH for developing a model worthy of emulation, with the TB champions at the forefront, according to press release from the REACH. Is European Union's chat control law undermining online privacy? European Union's proposed chat control law has become a bone of the contention between the members of the bloc. European Union's proposal to thwart child sexual abuse online could potentially create a backdoor for authoritarian governments to snoop on citizens. European Union has proposed that the chat control law has become a bone of contention between the members of the bloc. First proposed by the European Commissioner for Home Affairs, Ylva Johansson, in May 2022 as part of the bloc's push to combat child sexual abuse online. The framework of the bill has now come under the fire, earning itself a derisive term, chat control. France, Germany, and Poland have particularly refused to accept a clause that allows for mass scanning of private messages by breaking end-to-end encryption. Some tech companies, along with the trade associations and privacy experts, have all vehemently opposed the regulation. Scientists search for the female partner for world's loneliest plant. E. woodii is a member of the cycad family, heavy plants with the thick trunks and large stiff leaves that form a majestic crown. Scientists are using remote sensing technologies and artificial intelligence to assist the search for a female in Ningyi forest. Surely this is the most solitary organism in the world, wrote paleontologist Richard Forte in his book about the evolution of life. The mysterious fate of the Neanderthal Y chromosome. Neanderthals, the closest cousins of modern humans, lived in the parts of Europe and Asia until their extinction some 30,000 years ago. Scientists think that the Neanderthal Y chromosome could have been lost by ancient or because of mating patterns or inferior function. Neanderthals, the closest cousins of the modern humans, lived in the parts of Europe and Asia until their extinction some 30,000 years ago. Australia's enigmatic pink sand was born in Antarctic mountains near Surge. Geologists get excited when we find a garnet in beach sand or other sediments because these minerals grow deep in the Earth's crust in the same kind of conditions in which the diamonds are found. Garnet is rare in beach sand as it is destroyed by the prolonged exposure to the waves and currents of the oceans. In part of the southern Australia, long stretches of a beach are often blank reflected in the large patches of the pink sand, as strong as well as I can tap drifts of the reddish grains of the garnet along the shore, but the origin of these colorful crystals has until now been a mystery. World's oldest termite mounds found in the South Africa, storing carbon for millennia. Namaqualand's heritages, and it turns out, are the world's oldest inhabited termite mounds. The landscape along the Buffalo's River in the South Africa's Namaqualand region is dotted with the thousands of sandy mounds that occupy about 20% of the surface area. These heritages, as the locals call them, the word means little hills. In the Afrikaans are termite mounds, inhabited by an underground network of tunnels and nests of the southern harvester termite, Microhodoturnus viator. At last, there's a famous quotation said by C.V. Raman, whose full name was Sir Chandrasekhar Venkata Raman. Birth anniversary 7 November 1888 up to 21st of November 1970. Was an Indian physicist known for his work in the field of light scattering using a spectrograph that he developed. He and his student K.S. Krishnan discovered that when light traverses a transparent material, the reflected light changes its wavelength. This phenomena is due to unknown type of scattering of light, which they call modified scattering, was subsequently termed the Raman effect or Raman scattering. Raman received the 1930 Nobel Prize in Physics for the discovery and was the first Asian to receive a Nobel Prize in any branch of science. Mr. C.V. Raman says a famous quotation. He says that if someone judges you, they are wasting space in their mind. Best part, it is their problem. Okay, thank you.